Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Chapter 1. The Genius Girl Hanging Upside Down. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Qingqing Empire. The scorching sun bore down on an abandoned teaching building in Qingqing High School. Inside a classroom, in front of the blackboard that endured the brunt of the scorching sun, a young girl was hanging upside down. Her clothes were tattered and her face looked pale. More than 10 burly men dressed in black stood opposite her. They were stepping on a sickly boy, Xiao Bei. The young girl was teary-eyed, and the look in her eyes moved the hearts of those who saw her. She shouted at the men in black. "Let him go. He's just a child. Let me be the hostage. If you do, the Gu family will definitely send money over as ransom." As her words fell, crisp applause resounded. A charming woman walked out from behind the classroom door. The charming woman was still clapping as she snorted. "Gu Qiqi, are you stupid? You're still thinking that our Gu family will send money over to redeem you?" The eyes of the young girl who was hanging upside down widened. She looked at the person before her in disbelief. "Shue shue. You are not here to save me and my brother." "Save you? Heh. If both of you useless idlers died, the Gu family's company, stocks, and everything else, will be mine. There must be something wrong with my head if I saved you. Useless idlers." The young girl mumbled. "I have been working hard in the hospital for the past 10 years. I am earning my own money day and night, and I even gave all my salary to the Gu family to treat my younger brother's illness. How am I an idler? You're just a miserable and shabby nurse. I'm a famous doctor in the empire who earns the most money. You wore a mask and did all of your operations under my own name. Everyone out there knows of my great name, Gu Shue. Who are you? The Gu family taught me to keep a low profile and be indifferent to fame and wealth. Keep a low profile. If you kept a low profile, why would you have such high scores in the examinations back in high school? Why did you insist on becoming a scholar and a genius girl to suppress me?" Gu Shue's pupils shrank, and her looks became distorted. "Now that the Gu family wants you to die, why don't you die obediently? Or, is it because you want to taste a man for the last time before you die?" Upon hearing this, the burly men dressed in black laughed obscenely. Holding their trousers, they approached Gu Qiqi with evil intentions on their faces. Gu Qiqi turned pale. "No. There's still Brother Luchuan. If you lay a hand on me, he wouldn't sit idle and remain indifferent, Mu Luchuan. Sorry, but he's getting engaged to me tonight." Gu Shue smiled. "He even complimented that I have excellent skills in bed. You're just a wooden block, and he's not even willing to touch you. Setting aside the fact that you're not a virgin since a long time ago," Gu Qiqi felt like she was struck by lightning. She stared dumbfounded for a while before she shook her head. "No, that was just an accident. He told me before he didn't care." "What a fool. What kind of man wouldn't care?" "Gu Qiqi, I'll tell you the truth, you're just a money-making machine for us. A substitute. A puppet. Now that Brother Luchuan and I are getting married, with the Mu family as my ATM, you no longer have any value to us." Gu Qiqi's face thoroughly paled. "Sister. I'm going to fight it out with them." Gu Xiaobei, who was on the floor, became eager to protect his sister. He thought that everything was his fault. If he hadn't been kidnapped, how would his sister, who was a nurse in the hospital, even come into the picture? But in the very next second, Gu Shue stepped on Gu Xiaobei's mouth and said, "Don't you dote on your younger brother the most? Let's see. I'll break his 10 fingers to settle the broken bones of my pet cat. I heard that this sickly child ate a lot of valuable Chinese medicine. I'm going to dig his organs out and feed them to my pet dog. Also, he is quite thin-skinned, I can peel his skin off and use its nutrients to beautify my calves. As for your snow-white skin," Gu Shue said ruthlessly, "I'm going to peel it off and make a carpet. I want to step on you for the rest of my life." Although the sun was scorching, Gu Chichi felt as if she had fallen into an ice cavern, the air had become piercingly cold. She didn't expect her cousin, Gu Shueshue, to be the personification of a greedy and cruel devil. She also didn't expect that her childhood sweetheart, brother Luchuan, would cooperate with her in her evil deeds. Gu Shueshue's high heels stepped on the weak and sickly Gu Xiaobei until he bled. She waved her hands and said, "What are you waiting for? There's a woman available for use here." Seeing the burly men in black getting closer and closer to her, and her cousin unscrupulously laughing as she stepped on her most beloved young brother that was on the brink of death right in front of her, the hatred in Gu Chichi's heart burned fiercely. It burned as hot as the scorching Sunday. "I won't let you get what you want. Even if I turn into a ghost. I won't let you off." The young girl's screams penetrated the classroom. And the very next moment, her body that hung upside down swayed and slammed against the edge of the blackboard. A sharp iron wire immediately pierced through the largest artery in her heart. Blood splattered like a rain of flowers and splashed across the faces of everyone present. Right as she was about to die, Gu Chichi's lips curved into a cold smile. "You're stained with my blood. Just wait for your death." She laid her eyes filled with hatred to rest. A man's low and deep sigh faintly reverberated. "I was late, not knowing how long had passed. Hot, it was so hot. It was so hot that she felt like she was about to explode. Gu Chichi's eyes closed shut. Her mouth was dry and she felt as if she was still hanging upside down in front of that classroom's backboard. The scorching heat that surrounded her seemed to burn her alive. Then, in the very next second, a ball of heat came her way, the aura of a. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.